Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get started, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime I drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. Woo! It's the first video of the new year. Hard to believe it's 2020. Whole year has passed of making coffee videos. You guys have been outstanding. You've been liking, sharing, commenting, requesting. I even got from one of the one of the viewers, I even got a bunch of coffee given to me. They sent Vertuo, so we will use this for a review. They sent, and I'm probably going to mess this one up, but it's Vertuo Line, so we'll use this one. Colombia. Nespresso Melozio. And the infamous Vertuo. So this one's going to be really interesting because a lot of the videos I've done in the past say they're built on a Vertuo base. I've never tried it, so this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out and what it actually tastes like. So be looking for these 5 videos coming in the future, but today by viewer request, and I'm going to apologize right now, I was unable to find the actual request on the YouTube comment section. I don't know what happened to it. I hunted and I could not find it. So to the user that posted it, I apologize that I can't feature your comment, but I will at least get the review done. And that leads us up to the star attraction today, which is Melozio for the Vertuo Line. So let's take a look at what they say about this. All right, so taking a look here, we have an intensity of 6, so a little bit on the more intense side. A standard pour, 7.7 ounces. Let's look at the aromatic profile. Fast flow and high temperature ensure a roundness of flavor, which is typical in blending lightly roasted bourbon and Central American Arabicas. I didn't know there was bourbon. I didn't know there was, interesting. Lightly roasted bourbon. That's interesting. So let's take a look at what we're to expect here. Fine quality Brazilian bourbon and Central American Arabicas are lightly roasted to create a rounded coffee that is smooth and perfectly balanced. They then mention adding milk opens up the softer, sweeter sides of the coffee, enhancing the biscuity notes. So, bourbon, Central Arabicas, I'm expecting a little bit, some fruit in there then possibly, probably some fruity notes in this one. Roundness of flavor. This is interesting. Let's take a look at the pods here. Wow, yeah. Only one damaged out of the entire sleeve, so not bad. There's your pod, kind of almost like a brown gold. It's kind of an interesting look. Melozio on the bottom there. So Brazilian bourbon and Central American Arabicas. Biscuity notes. Let's go brew a cup. Melozio for the Vertuo Line, round 1. Let's brew a cup. I got a little bit larger cup than what I used last week. You kind of saw what happened. So these are actually now 10-ounce cups. All right, let's take it out. Wow. Oh man, that absolutely smells delicious. Judging by color, intensity 6, Yeah, pretty close. It seems like it's definitely over the mid-range line, but oh man, this smells absolutely delicious. So let's give it a taste. Fold in just a little bit of the crema. Oh man, it smells so good. So Melozio, let's give it a taste. Man, that is really good. There's something subtle in there that this is a really good cup of coffee. This is more the lighter roast. I don't mind a lighter roast, but it has to still have the body to it. This one, if you didn't watch last week's, which is the Solilio, it was just a little too watery, a little too light. This one has a light flavor. Excellent, excellent coffee flavor, but it has some body. So you feel some of the oil or some of the texture in it, and it's really good. I don't know what the flavor is that I'm picking up on it, but it's almost man, I don't pick up, and maybe that's because you have to get the milk in there for that to come through. I don't pick up on any biscuity notes. Brazilian bourbon and South American Arabicas, I don't know what to expect as far as a flavor there. This just seems to have... So I thought I would taste a little bit of fruit coming through. I'm not tasting fruit, so I was totally incorrect in suspecting that this would have that in there. What I'm actually tasting is a very, very light hint of tobacco. So if you ever tasted the Cuba one that we reviewed, I was not a huge fan of the Cuban one. It tasted too much like tobacco. It had just a weird aftertaste. This one has just a very, very, very slight aftertaste of tobacco, and it's very pleasant. This is a delicious cup of coffee. It's... Boy, I don't detect much else in it other than just a very, very smooth, well-balanced, wonderful flavored coffee with just a hint, just a very, very, very subtle hint of a light tobacco aftertaste. That is the best way I can describe this. It's absolutely delicious. This is I normally don't venture out much off of my Intenso for the morning. That's pretty much where I stay. This one might be a contender. This might be one that I'm going to go to in the morning again. So, wow, this is, yeah, very, very delicious. So, I'm curious if adding milk, it says it opens up a softer, sweeter sides of the coffee. This doesn't taste sweet to me in any way. It just has a very wonderful coffee flavor. It's very well balanced, like I said. And then it says biscuity notes. So, I say we go round 2. Melozio with milk. Let's go brew another cup. Melozio with milk, round 2. Let's get this going. I got my larger mug. We're gonna put, let's go... Actually going to go a little higher. This one I'm going to go all the way up to the top of the spinner. So it's going to get me quite a bit of milk. I'm just going to go with the lowest froth setting on this. Coffee is ready. Oh, perfect. Milk just finished. Oh, they're so pretty. I love it when they, just the layers, you can see the crema, you can see the milk, you can see the coffee layers. Let's give it a taste. I think I may put together a small Q&A. One person asked, and it's a valid question, why don't I just use this coffee, add milk to it rather than brewing another pod. It's actually pretty simple. What happens for you guys on video instantaneously, what appears to be a couple of minutes, a lot of the time takes up quite a bit more time. So by the time I get ready to actually do a milk one or do a syrup one, the coffee's cold. I don't feel like I could give an accurate opinion with cold coffee. Obviously, putting it in the microwave is not an option. So it just necessitates doing a second cup. So for those of you that have always wondered, or maybe you didn't wonder, why do I always brew a fresh cup to taste test? It's because I want you to know what it would taste like, in my opinion, if you brewed a cup and put it together right then and there. So there you go. There's some insight. All right, moving on. Melozio with milk. Let's give it a taste. Subtle, oh man, I don't know if I say it's biscuity notes. It's got almost a, oh man, this is going to be weird. Maybe that is biscuity. It almost tastes like the aftertaste almost tastes like Life cereal. That I don't know what that's made of, but whatever that is, that's kind of what the aftertaste is a little bit. It almost tastes like Life cereal. I'm not really picking up on biscuity notes and that subtle tobacco taste and that really, in my opinion, wonderfully balanced cup of coffee. I don't know if the milk added much to it, but it kind of muted it quite a bit. It's got, yeah, just, it almost has like a Life cereal aftertaste to it. Maybe that's the biscuity part of it. I'm not sure. This one again, I don't know if adding a syrup to it is gonna develop a better flavor. I don't see that going on, although I am very tempted to add just a touch of sugar. So this one is still hot enough. I'm gonna just add a little bit of sugar to it, see how it develops. All right, I think for how large this is, well, let me start with one pump. This is just a simple syrup that's for sweetener. So let me do one pump. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty good. Might need just a little bit of sugar if you want to mix milk in with it. So that's pretty good. Let me give it one more pump, because I would normally do 2 pumps of a flavored syrup in a cup this large. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, so, interesting turnaround. I wasn't sure if sugar was going to pull out the sweetness, because they say adding milk opens up a softer, sweeter side of the coffee. Just a straight milk, I don't know that I taste that. And then they said enhancing the biscuity notes. I didn't taste any biscuity notes to start with. So the fact when I added the milk, I got a little bit of like a Life cereal, like just the plain Life, not the cinnamon Life, just the plain Life cereal. Adding a little bit of sweetener back into it, I think really brought this back to life. So that's pretty good. Wow. Yeah. So I think Melozio, ooh, this is gonna be, I could see this turning into one of my everyday drinkers, possibly replacing Intenso. So let's take a look at what they're doing here. Melozio, it is classified as one of their best sellers. I can see why. It's very, very good coffee. Not commanding a premium in any way. It's $1.10 a pod, so they're normal pricing. I'm gonna have to say Melozio is a buy. I really like it. Just overall, the plain old black coffee, absolutely wonderful. It's not so overpowering, so if you don't like the Intenso level or the level 10, 9 area, this level 6 is a wonderful compromise, and it has a wonderful flavor. Melozio with milk, Melozio with milk and sugar, yeah, that works. So I think I'm going to throw this into the purchase category. It's a really, really good pod. This is balanced out really well, and yeah, this is a purchase. Woo! Another video down. Wow, I thank you for your time. Again, make sure that you like, subscribe, share out these videos. You guys have been doing an absolutely stellar job at getting the word around for this channel, and I thank you all for doing that. If you feel so compelled, join us over at Patreon. That's patreon.com/IPON70. If there's anything you would like to see in the Nespresso line, I do have quite a backlog. I made a list. I started making a list because I was losing comments like I did today. So I started cataloging all of the comments when they came in and stuff. So right now there's 5 on the docket that I have to do before these 5. So right now we're about 10 videos out. I still want to get a top 5 video done for you. Some of the other recommendations, it should be a good video. It should be a good year. I may need to go to producing a couple more videos than just one a week, because we're looking at pushing out 3 months before we can get everything done, and that for me is just a little too long to make you guys wait. So we'll look at how we can change up the times, maybe start doing a Tuesday, Friday video release. I don't know, but I absolutely adore you guys. You guys are the ones that keep this channel going. So I thank you so much again for your time. We'll see you again next week with another viewer requested video, or possibly the top 5 next week. I don't know which. We'll see how it goes. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.